Hello. I'm just going to do a quick video demonstration as the best way to use your Get Up and Go daily guide to good health and well-being. So this is 2022. So this is based on the philosophy that's behind all of the Get Up and Go diaries, which is about being inspired and motivated, encouraged and empowered to get up and go for what it is that you want. So in the area of your health and well-being, what is it that you want? Because this is here to support you. So it's a diary, so there's a message and a section for every day in the diary. So today being May, the end of May, whenever you're reading it, it's whenever you're reading it. But today I'm reading it at the end of May, which is the 29th. And so what it says in the day, so I always look at what the day says. So this one says, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. So it's just when you read that, just to think about that for a moment and then move on, okay? So what I generally do is flick through the entire diary. I just flick through it, right, when I see something first. And I'll read it. You know, there's in September. It doesn't belong in September, but it's in September. You are the Michelangelo of your own life. The David that you are sculpting is you, and you do it with your thoughts. Very interesting. Again, think about that for a while. So really what you're doing is that when you're listening and reading the messages, you're then thinking about it and you think, is that true? Is that really? Could I do that? Is that possible? And then you go, so that's where the inspiration comes from. Because they're just words. But what we do with the words, we listen to them, we think about them, we wonder about them, and then maybe we could apply them. Maybe we could see, oh, does it work? Okay. And then splattered throughout, then you have, there's how to work on your mental health when working from home. So it's very important that people are mindful of their mental health at the moment. This is the purpose behind good health and well-being. So what keeps us mentally well? Well, I'm convinced that what keeps us mentally well is how we think. So thinking good thoughts, thinking positive thoughts, and I'm not into positive thinking. I'm not thinking positive thinking on top of something that's negative or something you're avoiding or something you don't want to think about or don't want to talk about. It's like, no, you have to think about all of it, but think about it in a way that leaves you with more power around it. You don't want to be the victim of anything. You don't want to be the victim of your thoughts or your circumstances or what's happening in the world. That's all happening anyway. What are you going to do about it? Or how are you going to feel about it? Or how do you want to feel about it? And you want to feel about it in a way that actually gives you some power. So again, it's sprinkled with a lot of that kind of thing. And then every month, this particular one, there, there's number one, there's a calendar. So it's the month at a glance. So look at it for the month. Look at the end of the month, look at the beginning of the next month, and then just put in the dates where you have got, just put an X in the date when you've got things on, things to do. And you'll see then how your month is spread out. Some days there's nothing in it, and some days are packed solid. So again, you want to see that and space that out a little bit. Then you have your goals. So write those down. What goals do you have? Okay. Then you have a thing called a food planner. So really, good health and well-being. It's all about diet and exercise. So this is the diet part. So what are you actually eating when you go shopping? What are you buying? What are you putting in your fridge? What's in your cupboard? They're all really important. Are they nourishing foods? What are you spending your hard-earned money on in terms of nourishing your body? Okay. Then there's a healthy nutrition plan. So it may be in your cupboard, but are you actually putting it into your body? And what are you eating for your breakfast and your lunch and your dinner? And what kind of snacks and how much fruit have you got and vegetables and water? Just notice, just notice what you're actually doing or not doing in terms of the food. And then you're looking at your exercise plan. So what are you doing for exercise? Are you walking the dog? Are you running up and down the stairs? Or are you just going from the couch to the fridge? Not a great plan for exercise. So you got a skipping rope? Have you got a bicycle? Are you in a fitness club? Whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you're doing something that actually exercises the body. And when you exercise the body, actually the mind has to come with you. Sometimes we let the mind tell the body what to do. I think it's often a good idea to let the body bring the mind with it. So if the body's going for a walk, bring your mind. And if the body's going for a walk in a local park, let your eyes look at what's in the park. Just look at what's in the park. Don't necessarily bring all your worries with you. You're obviously bringing them with you, But when you're out there in a different environment, sometimes your worries can look different. So let the body do the walking. Hippocrates did say walking is man's best friend. So I'm not a great fan of running, and I'm not a great fan of, the gym or any of that, but I do like walking. And just leisurely walking. I don't walk very fast. I don't walk very far, but I do walk regularly. And I have a dog who loves to walk, so it's a great excuse to walk. And then you have, there's another, I've just literally labeled it as a well-being plan. So the diet and exercise is taken care of, but really, what are you doing as well in terms of, socially? What are you doing with your friends? What are you doing? Are you having meeting people for lunch? What are you actually doing socially? What are you doing in terms of your creativity? Are you painting? Are you journaling? Are you, expressing yourself in some other way? It's not all about diet and exercise. There's also how are you actually, what are you enjoying doing? What are you actually doing in the world? Like, there's a lot of exciting things to do. So how much of it out there are you actually playing? They say health is really a function of your participation in life. So what are you participating in? What activities are you actually doing? So you want to jot that down. There's also a little column here for financial, because financial is also another very important aspect of your well-being. So when you're stressed about money and you're stressed about finances, that impacts your sleep, your whatever. So you do need to be actually mindful of what actually you're doing financially and what could you do to improve that a little bit so that your well-being, so that you're less stressed. Do you need to talk to somebody? Do you need to work out a budget? There are smaller things that you need to do. And because of it, just with that, there's a lot of little things in there that just to pay attention to. And then all the other things, advice from a sunflower and a 30-minute garden bathing pick-me-up. There's so many lovely things in it. So I would just recommend that that's actually how you use your Get Up and Go daily guide to good health and well-being. So enjoy it.